Wherever you're watching this from, I want to thank you. And this is Nashtaters. Welcome back to another episode of LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. Now today, I want to continue to talk about the resources in this game. Besides the three mains that I talked about in my last video, we're going to talk about the resources you're going to be earning throughout your journey in this beautiful game. If you're a LEGO fan, I hope you're excited because we're going to get Ghostbusters soon. And me being a LEGO collector physically in real life, I really enjoy this game because it allows me to really kind of play with my minifigures in a virtual reality world, technically speaking, right? Alright, but let's get into it. Last time we talked about how to best spend your gems. To kind of summarize, spend your gems on scrolls and coins as they will be most needed throughout your journey. Now, event store. I'll let you use your own discretions of what to spend on. But for me personally, I think I would spend it on the specific minifigure they're trying to highlight, and then maybe spend some on these tier elixirs. Now, for the sake of this video, I want to kind of give you my impressions of what you should and should not be spending on in terms of where you are in the game. Whether you're a beginner, maybe you're in the intermediate player, or perhaps you're like me where you're kind of working towards end game. So for event stores, generally speaking, even if you get these units, well actually let's put it this way. Most free-to-play players won't be able to completely unlock the exclusive unit the first time the event comes up. For the general store, I always recommend getting the first four items on the first row, whichever you need at the time, working on a specific unit that you are building. As far as these specific units and tiles, and then perhaps some of these other gear, I don't recommend spending your gems on those. Mashup is kind of where things kind of start diverting. I recommend strongly building a pirate team. So whether you're a beginner, whether you're intermediate, or even advanced, I will highly recommend continue to build your cook bark. Another route you could take would be the Zane if you're working on a starting Ninjago team. Everything else I will pretty much just ignore. Once you unlock the guild, you will unlock the guild shop. Here, I think the only thing I'll recommend for intermediate and maybe advanced players, I would recommend Princess Storm tile. But I know a lot of other YouTube content creators for this game recommend just kind of hoard your guild gold, but there's no reason to really hoard. I'm not sure I'm anticipating any changes in the minifig slots yet. One option you could spend some of your hard-earned gold is on medkit, especially if you're in the later stages of the game, because it gets progressively harder. I believe the current system of Brixtopedia, is scaled to how strong your account is. For beginner players, I think getting some of the elixirs might be a good idea because again, you really want to build your minifigures upwards, meaning that you want to increase the strength of your minifigures until you're completely done in terms of gear and stars and whatnot, and don't really spread out your resources too wide, whereas a lot of people say build it horizontally in your minifigure box. So getting their skills maxed out and things like that will be a really good way to approach the game, especially early going. You don't want to spread your resources too thin, therefore you're going to have a lot of intermediate to weak units compared to 5 to 10 really strong units. Arena, as I always say, go for Valiant if you're going for the pirate team. If not, you can always go for Lloyd, and if you're building the Ninjago team. I would strongly avoid these things because these things are fairly expensive. And then as far as the other minifigs, I wouldn't worry too much about them other than perhaps Firefighter Ash. Now bear in mind, you can get Firefighter Ash tiles from the Brixpedition, as with King Buddhist as well. And so Blacktron Dwayne and LaQuay you can actually farm for through normal campaign. Again, Lloyd or Valiant. Master is, most of us are not going to be able to achieve this in a very long time. Even for a player like myself who's been playing this game for almost 2.5 months. I guess I'm beginning my journey into my 3rd month actually. Let me take that back. So pretty much the way it works is once you have a unit built completely at 7 stars, any additional tiles will be converted here into little currency that you can spend on some of these items. Now, if you're at that point where you're starting to build up these up, I would strongly suggest Will of the Witch. She is by far one of the strongest units in the game currently. And so that's pretty much it as far as currency for this game. As always, if you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button. And if you like my video, hit the like button as well. As always, take care of yourself and all your loved ones. And this is all the time I have for this video. Nashtaters out.